All right, so hello everybody and welcome back to another session during our virtual open house day. We're very excited to have a faculty member from the computer science faculty. And in fact, we're joined today by Richard Hurley, who is a full professor and chair of the Department of the Computer Science program here at Trent University. So Richard Hurley today is going to tell us all about the computer science program, some of the options available, maybe some career paths for some students, and then we'll be able to answer some questions towards the end of the session. So thank you very much for joining us. Please take it away.
Thank you, David. I appreciate having the time and to be able to talk to the potential students. My name is Richard Hurley, as David said. I've been at Trent for 33 years. I think that I'm probably the person who's built the program that you currently see in front of you today. And I'd be very happy to answer any questions that somebody might have after this presentation. I'll leave my email address so you can contact me that way. Anyway, David suggested I go through a presentation I've given at other open houses. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to share my screen. So you should be able to see in front of you the welcome to computer science.
Yeah, we got it.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you very much. Okay. So why computer science? I mean, that's a question that people ask when going into starting a program. Why take this program? Computer science, as I'm sure most people realize, it's fast growing. It's the number of opportunities are growing every year. A person could work in the area of software development. They can do this for a large company. They can do it for a bank. They can do it for an IT developer, or they could do it with a small startup that perhaps they started themselves. There's just ample opportunity. And one of the things that we tell our students is that one of the great things about computer science is if you don't like something, you build it yourself. And that's exactly why we have the Shopifys and the Facebooks of the world, because somebody didn't like what was out there. So they took their skills and they built it themselves. So software development obviously is one big area. Security, you can't pick up a newspaper or read an article online without seeing some companies been infiltrated by hackers. And so security is a big thing. And then finally, not finally, but certainly another opportunity for employment in our area is data science. There's huge amount of data being collected. And what data scientists do is they extract meaning from that data. And they use different techniques. It's all part and parcel of the machine learning, the deep learning that goes on nowadays. It's just a very fast growing area. And also it's one of the best remunerated occupations. The U.S. median salary for computer scientists was $110,000 in 2022. You have an opportunity to make a big difference, and here are just some examples of people who have made a big difference. Obviously, with Amazon, Jeff Bezos started Amazon, and I don't know if anybody knew, but Amazon started actually as an online bookstore. That's where Amazon got its start back around the early 2000s. Oracle, huge database company, Larry Ellison, Microsoft. I don't think anybody out there hasn't heard the Bill Gates story and building Microsoft in his garage with somebody else. Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg started this while he was a student at MIT as simply a social media way of meeting people, and he turned it into a multi-billion-dollar company. I put Shopify on because Shopify is a Canadian product, and it's now worth billions of dollars. Tobias Luke, was the developer, and they hire a lot of our students, either in co-op or full-time afterwards. Google, Sergey Brin and Larry Page, again, two big names, and Larry just sold out recently for, not Larry, but Jack Dorsey just sold out of Twitter. He sold it to Elon Musk for $50 billion. The last one I want to talk about is Unix. And again, why I'm putting Unix here is because unlike most of the other companies we've just spoken about, Unix was a product and the C programming language that didn't really earn billions of dollars. It's the most highly used language still today. And Brian Kerrigan was actually, again, a Canadian. He was a person that participated along with Darren Ritchie in the creation of Unix and the C programming language. Why computer science at Trent? Well, I'd like to think, and again, probably because I was part of the hiring of every other person that currently works in the computer science program at Trent, that we pick people that are passionate about research and passionate about teaching. We pride ourselves on being student-centric. Students have issues, they come and see us. At other large universities, you might have a hierarchy of TAs and to deal with, student markers. Students at Trent approach directly the professor if they have questions, and we're very happy to help. We are accessible and we are empathetic. We do really understand that students have a lot on their plates today, and we try to support them through our endeavors. Trent is a university that places an emphasis on student satisfaction. In fact, with the McLean survey is a Canadian-wide survey that encompasses all the universities in Canada, and they do this on a yearly basis. And for the smaller undergraduate universities, we rank #1 on student satisfaction. One of the other things I think that differentiates Trent from other universities, even on Ontario as well as Canada, is that we encourage a cross-disciplinary approach. What we mean by that is that we encourage students to study in multiple areas. Now, again, there's nothing wrong with being a single major honors in one degree program, but there's opportunity out there. There's more opportunity than any other university I've been to for students to actually take and marry computer science with other degree options. We create what are called joint majors. A single major, a student would typically take 11 or 12 credits out of 20 in one area. A joint major, they typically take 7.5 credits in 2 majors. So you don't get the same breadth, you don't get the same depth, but you get the breadth across 2 areas. You're creating a more well-rounded. What could we do with this? Well, here's some examples of joint majors that we currently have. A student doing both computer science and biology. The study really is bioinformatics, mapping the genome. Computer science and business, one of our most popular joint majors, creates an information system analyst. These are the people who basically run, in charge of, manage computer systems. Computer science and psychology, cognitive science, artificial intelligence. We have many in our program that work in this area. And obviously, again, we have a large psychology program also at Trent. There's this opportunity to study cognitive science. Computer science and statistics, data science. We have a very strong group that provide teaching, instruction in the area of data science. In fact, we were the first university in Canada to have a master's degree in data science. We just recently, last year, started offering an undergraduate degree in this area as well. Is computer science for you? Well, it really depends on the person. I mean, we do end up with students who enroll in computer science because they think it will lead to a job. And typically that's true. I mean, that's typically true, but it's not for everybody. Computer science really does involve solving problems. You have to think in a logical sense. You need to take an idea and break it down into its individual parts. It really is a way of thinking, a way of attacking problems. And we do try to walk our students through this process. We do this over a number of courses. You build these skills, but really it isn't for everybody. But those that stick with it do well. If you like working with new technology, again, it's a great area to invest your time in, because we do work with new technology. Most of it is new software technology. but we do get our hands on some new hardware as well to play around with. And as I was mentioning earlier, if you enjoy making new technology, if you enjoy making apps and making programs and making other software products that could make a difference. Really, it's about trying to be on the cutting edge. We're constant learning. That's one of the really nice things about computer science, is that we are constantly learning because there is new techniques, there are new software, there's new operating systems, there's new hardware. We're constantly being bombarded with new information. So it's really, it's those kinds of things that make this area so exciting. So in terms of what we offer both, and if you look on the left side of the screen, we offer both a BSc, a Bachelor of Science, and a BA, Bachelor of Arts degrees in our program. Our bread and butter, our main area is the Bachelor of Science. That's where we have the majority of our students. But within our Bachelor of Science, a student can do either an honors degree or a general degree. An honors degree is thought as being a 4-year degree. A general degree is thought as being a 3-year degree. And we do offer that. Now, within the Bachelor of Science honors degree, in a single major, a student can do computer science, and then they have the option of specializing in 3 areas. They don't have to specialize. They can take courses across all these areas. But if they do complete a certain set of courses, they can get a specialization. So it's a computer science degree with a specialization in theoretical computer science. Now, we've chosen this particular specialization because it aims really at those students who want to pursue graduate studies. Students who are interested in going on and doing a master's or a PhD degree. The courses that you get in this specialization prepare you for the kinds of exams that one would have to take when pursuing a PhD. We also have a specialization in software engineering. And again, this is aimed at those students who want to leave university and go directly into the workforce. This degree is really capped with a project in the 4th year where a student will work in a team of 4 or 5 other students on a year-long software project for an external client, a client outside the university. It's a really great learning experience, an example of experiential learning. The students get to work with project management. They get to work with team interdynamics. It's a really good experience for the students. And the third specialization is data analytics. And again, as I just mentioned, data science is this area. It's just a hot area, and we just happen to have the expertise in the department to offer the specialization in data analytics. Again, just to recap, a student can do a single major honors computer science, or they can do the single major honors computer science with a specialization. So those things are different choices. We just started offering a BSc in data science this year. So basically, from the very beginning, a student would be introduced to the concept of data science, and it would be integrated into their program along the way. Now, again, we try to be on the forefront of these experiences. So with our data science degree, students are required to pick a focus area. Because in the 4th year, they're going to be doing a large project. They're going to be doing a large project on a set of data. Well, to be able to extract meaning from data, you have to understand what that data is. So if you're interested in health data, for example, then students would focus in the areas of sociology. If you're interested in marketing data, then you do your focus areas in business. If you're interested in astronomy, then you'd be doing your astronomical data, you'd be doing your focus area in physics. So again, students are required to pick a focus area when they start, and they take 1.0 credit, 2 courses each year in that area, just to build the expertise to be able to actually understand what the meaning is from the data set that they are doing their project on in the end. We also have a BSc in computing and physics, and this is the closest we would get to kind of a computer engineering degree. We do not have a faculty of engineering at Trent, so we don't have a computer engineering degree, but we do this. So a student would be taking really the hardware courses in computer science, and they'd be doing the electronics and the digital courses the waveform courses, the quantum computing courses in the physics side. So we put together a package of courses we think would prepare a student well to go off in the area of computer engineering. Now, starting in fall 2024, we're going to have a Bachelor of Science in Software Engineering. And this is really just picking up our software engineering specialization, adding more courses to it, and then requiring students entering this program to actually be in a co-op program. So the software engineering degree is to be only for co-op students. So students coming into this would be required to be doing co-ops after their third year. And they'd be required to do 12 months worth of co-op, whether it be one 12-month placement or an 8-month and a 4-month or a 3-4 months. As long as it adds up to 12 months, the student would end up. So great, again, a great opportunity for experiential learning. We do have a co-op option for the BSc Computer Science degree as well. In that co-op program, again, it's really integrated into the program. So after you do 3 academic terms, so in the beginning of your second year, that's when you'd be doing your first co-op. The Bachelor of Software Engineering, that's the one that would be waiting after 3 years to start your co-op. If you do not get into the Bachelor of Science co-op, then we do have opportunities for students to transfer in after the fall term if there are spaces available. Both co-op programs are limited based on space. Again, we want to make sure that we have job opportunities for students. So our BSc co-op computer science is 25 students a year is what we take in, and we're looking at starting the software engineering degree with 20 students. We will build over time, but again, it's all about establishing a good rapport with our clients that end up hiring our students. Now that's the Bachelor of Science side of things. We also have a Bachelor of Arts side, and this was really more student driven. We do have students that want to take computer science but don't like the math. Our BSc degrees all require 4 or 5 math courses: a calculus course, an algebra course, a statistics course, and a course in discrete mathematics as a minimum. Our BA degrees do not require any math courses. So you can take the same programming courses, but not have to take the math. Now, there are some upper year courses in computer science that have a strong math component, so a student may not be able to take those unless they're willing to take the math. Again, the big difference is with the BA degree, they do not have to take the math courses. We have a BA in computing systems. That's, again, the computer science side of it. And we have a BA in information systems. That's typically where computer science is married to probably business, economics. Those are the 2 main areas for information systems. We also have minors. Now, a minor degree is when a student is doing a single major honors in another discipline. So a student who might be doing a single major honors in psychology might want to choose to minor in computing systems. A student doing a single major honors in mathematics might want to minor in data analytics, etc. So really, it's really about taking another degree and then adding some computer science to it to make your resume more attractive to employers is really what it is. So we have actually had students who are doing BA degrees in sociology who've taken a minor in computer science. But we have English as well that are doing a minor in computer science. Again, just simply tried to add some employable skills to your resume. So those are the different degree programs that we offer. Again, if you have questions about them, I mean, it's a lot of information. Please feel free to send me an email. As I mentioned, we do have co-op options for 2 of our degrees. Our BSc Computer Science and our BSc Software Engineering do have co-op options. The big thing is that if you're not accepted into the BSc Software Engineering, there's no option to stay in that. You'd have to transfer to the BSc Computer Science. If you do not get into the co-op version of the BSc Computer Science, you will be offered admission to the BSc Computer Science and have the opportunity to transfer into the co-op program at a later date. So that's all, not a guarantee. I don't want to promise anything we can't deliver, but certainly we do have typically spaces for 2 or 3 or 4 students at the end of the first term. We have students that either didn't show up or who showed up and really didn't like it. Really, computer science wasn't for them. So there's spaces that are freed up. But the co-op obviously gives you practical experience. You get that composite experiential learning. You learn to network with individuals and companies. You do get offers. Most of our co-op students tend to end up working for one of the companies they co-op for over their 4 years. Mentors and tutors, again, you're working with people who are experienced programmers, system analysts, database administrators, and they go out of their way to mentor, to help. You do actually earn money. This is one of the areas where you get paid. Now, there is cost associated with being in the co-op program, but the money you earn certainly help offset both the costs associated with being in the co-op program as well as books and tuition and other student debt. Enhancing communication and presentation skills. That's a big part of what we do. People think that computer scientists, programmers sit in dark rooms and just type out code. That's farthest thing from the truth. Most computer scientists have to work well in teams because you are working in a team. There's the soloist, the isolationist doesn't really exist. You're working as part of a team, solving or building software for a large project. And you do end up developing good writing skills, good technical writing skills, and good communication skills. So these are all advantages of being in the co-op program. A lot of these advantages as well, certainly communication, presentation skills, are integrated into our other programs because, again, it's important to turn out a computer scientist who can be well placed once they leave. Don't forget that you're still a student. So while you are at university, hopefully Trent, you could do things to build your resume. I mean, that's important. What you're trying to do here is you're trying to create for yourself employment opportunities once you leave. If you've got good grades, Trent is #1 in scholarships among small universities. There's lots of money out there applying for. There are teaching assistant positions. We do hire a bunch of students to work in our labs to mark our assignments. We have a large program and we do need student help to make this go. There are extracurricular activities as well. There are student groups. We do have a computer science undergraduate group. The group prior to COVID did actually run a hackathon where they actually had companies and people showing up for a 36-hour basically develop your own little program, win some money and prizes approach. Within Trent has built great relationships with our universities, so you can do university exchanges. We've had students that have gone to Mexico, students have gone to Norway, and Finland, and Germany, and England to study for 1 year and then come back, and we transfer credits from these institutions back to Trent. So it's, again, a great opportunity. Athletics, there are athletics. There's a bunch of clubs. There's a club for pretty much every interest out there. Students just need to make the opportunity to go out and find it. And friends, you build friendships in university that you will maintain for the rest of your life. That's what I have. If you have any questions, please, you can email me at rhurley@trentu.ca. Richard Hurley, rhurley@trentu.ca. Thanks very much.
Oh, that was great. Thank you so much, Richard. That, I always find it so interesting, the different program offerings and the different ways that we can kind of match different programs and integrate them into computer science. It's so important. I think often when we speak with students on the road, they think computer science is very much like you said, sitting at the computer, typing code, but there's so many other elements to it to make
Absolutely
professionals excel in their field. We just have a few questions that I wanted to run by you. One of them is about, the fast developing field of data and computers, and just curious how Trent University and the programs that you spoke about help students kind of prepare for maybe some careers that haven't even been thought of yet, and how we might, keep the program up to date so that students are learning on the cutting edge of what's happening in the world of computers and computer science.
Well, we pride ourselves in preparing students. We teach students how to learn. So they may not come out of the program, any university or college program, knowing everything, knowing all the languages, knowing all the development tools. But one thing we pride ourselves on is students know how to find the answers.
Yeah.
So once we've taught one programming language, the others have a similar style, and it's just a matter of picking up a book and then learning the syntax for it.
Yeah. Learning how to learn rather than what to learn.
Yeah, exactly. And in terms of staying current, we have an industrial advisory board. We have people who are working, they're CEOs, they are vice presidents of TD Bank that let us know what's important for our students to know. And we try to incorporate that into our programs.
Yeah,
Our courses.
that's amazing. And that's one of the questions that we get often. So I'll pose the question to you, but where might some of our students either get careers? And I know that's a very big question, so it could be, but more specifically, the co-op program that we have, we talk about it so often, and understanding that there's limited seats, but it still speaks to the greater program. Where are some of the students landing co-ops and different types of internships through this program?
Well, the co-ops are probably 40% in this area, the Peterborough area. So you'd be working for the hospital or the city of Peterborough, the city of Kawartha Lakes. There's some small startups here as well that hire co-ops. A lot of them, a majority of them are unfortunately outside the Peterborough area. Mm-hmm. So you're going to Ottawa to work for Shopify, or you're going to Toronto to work for the TD Bank or the Royal Bank or IBM or Celestica. It's Siemens hired Saffron has hired a number of our students as well.
Okay.
We actually had a placement out at the gun place in Lakefield.
Oh,
Savage Arms, because they were looking for tech people so it's again a local company, a local small company, but required some type of tech support. They hired a co-op student one term to do that.
Wow. Yeah, so a little bit more outside the box sometimes. The student.
It is. When you think about any company, corporation now, it doesn't really matter what their product is, but the delivery, production of the product is typically done through some type of computer system, information system. So although we may not be involved in producing guns, you're running the programs that allow this to actually occur.
Yeah. Yeah, it's truly any field the student can end up on. Just
Lakefield Research, it's a chemistry lab, and they hired our students again to support the systems. Yeah.
So I just have one final question, and you'd be surprised how much we get asked about this when we're traveling and meeting students internationally. But they want to know about the academic backgrounds of some of the professors at the school and the instructors. So, you can start with yours if you feel comfortable, but also where are the backgrounds of some of the instructors that work with our students? Are they coming from the industry? Are they academic backgrounds?
The majority of our instructors are faculty members, are full-time faculty members, are academics. So I'm from the University of Waterloo. I did my doctorate at the University of Waterloo, McGill University, Queen's University, UBC. In terms of industry, we have some part-time instructors that work locally in different companies for Microsoft, et cetera. Mm-hmm. But it's really more academic backgrounds, David.
Yeah. And so then with that, would you say that the program on a whole, the computer science department at Trent University, would it be more practical or more theoretical based on the computer science, or does it split the difference?
It splits the difference. So even though we're academics, so to speak, we do understand the practical side of the things and actually producing a product that makes sense. There's a lot of our upper year courses do have a project component to it. So you are building something that you can add to your resume when you're done.
Right. Oh, that's great. That's a big component for some of the students that we work with is that resume building inside the classroom, but also outside of the classroom. So those tangible things that they want to get their hands on and work with and build, that's really of benefit to a lot of students. But
Teamwork
that's
too.
it for the end of the formal presentation. I just want to thank you again for taking the time to speak with us today. And for the students who are currently in the session, we have a question and answer webinar that's happening simultaneously with this. So if they have any questions about the program or admissions or scholarships or financial aid, we're happy to help them in the question and answer period, and we'll respond to some questions here as well.
Great. Thanks, David.
Thank you so much.